Welcome to Battle of Ports. This week we are taking a look at a classic from Nichibutsu. This is Terra Cresta, which first hit the arcades in October 1985. In Terra Cresta you control the Winged Gallery, which has the ability to combine with other ships, growing the firepower to destructible levels. If you are fortunate enough to combine all 5 craft into one, you are transformed into the Phoenix, a fiery bird which grants you invincibility. Sadly, this doesn't last that long. Unlike many scrolling shooters, Terra Cresta's enemy level is based upon how well you are playing. For example, if you aren't doing too well, the boss or mid-level boss may not appear. Now you may think that this sucks, but it doesn't really matter, since in Terra Cresta, the stages never end. It's just one massive long scrolling area, although officially, it is said there are 16 stages. Coming out in September 1986 in Japan and March 1990 in the US comes the Famicom NES port, which was developed in-house by Nichibutsu, and what a fantastic port it is. The stage design, music and even graphics, minus the colour, all follow the arcade game exceedingly well. I have to say, I'm quite impressed. I was expecting a slower and, well, quite watered down port, but I was wrong. Well, to be honest, this is watered down from the arcade game, but it's far better than I expected. This Famicom port also has a nice edit mode in which you can arrange the formation of the ships and for your power when they are all combined for the ultimate attack. This is a pretty cool feature. 1986 saw the release of Terra Cresta across Western 8-bit micros. Let's start with the Commodore 64 version. This port, in typical 8-bit Western home micro fashion, features for the most part different music, and while it's okay, it will generally get annoying rather quickly. The game also suffers from a few oversights, such as not being able to kill enemies at the side of the screen unless you are powered up, and the typical square box style collision detection issues. Still, despite these complaints, the Commodore 64 port isn't all that bad. Sure, it is slower and it doesn't exactly match the arcade enemy patterns, but that's okay. For the C64, this is a nice enjoyable shooter for the most part. The ZX Spectrum port is more of an arrangement than an actual port, simply because the stages don't really follow the design of the arcade game and the power-ups are different. But what is cool, despite the screen tearing, the game is rather smooth and runs at a brisk pace. It can be rather brutal though at times, due to the erratic movement of the enemies and the lack of rapid fire which the C64 port had, but again, this is another good port for the system it's running on. On November 20th, 1992, we get an arcade perfect port for the Sharp X68000. This port was handled by Denpa. This is actually a double pack release, as the game comes with the prequel, Mooncrester. Not really a port, but I thought I'd add this one because I own it. This is Terra Cresta 3D for the Sega Saturn. This Japanese exclusive title hit the stores on August 8, 1997. The game was actually developed by Nichibutsu and was one of their final games before they ceased making video games in 2000. Sadly, this game was not well received, and it's easy to see why just by watching it. The gameplay is slow, the enemy patterns are annoying, and the level designs are dull. On the plus side, there is some nice lighting and shading on the 3D polygons, and everything is solid and minus the warping found on PlayStation games. The music is also pretty good, but sadly the game just isn't worth your time. And let's take a look at all those versions of Terra Cresta running side by side.